Welcome to the One-Stop Hip Hop Show, presented by...
Yo, what's good? This is Daze The Nomad. Welcome to the One-Stop Hip Hop Show.
And me, your boy, DJ Sherlock Omz. The One-Stop Hip Hop Show is brought to you by One-Stop Hip Hop UK, preserving the essence of hip hop culture, producing content and products that represent the true spirit of hip hop. Welcome to Talking Old School with me, DJ Sherlock Omz. On this segment, we'll be talking everything old school hip hop. We'll be celebrating the pioneers that have helped turn me into the hip hop junkie I am today. Who remembers Eric and Parrish making dollars? Better known as EPMD. Being the first episode of the One-Stop Hip Hop Show and being the first episode of this segment, I thought it only right that I talk about one of the groups that first ever got me hooked onto hip hop. One of the groups I first ever heard when it came to hip hop, and that group is EPMD. Eric Sermon and Parrish Smith, one of hip hop's first rap duos who together formed the iconic group EPMD. EPMD are a group that have been in action for more than 3 decades now. But on this segment, I'm going to concentrate it from their first album up until their first breakup. It was way back in 1988 when EPMD dropped their first album, Strictly Business. You're talking back in the day. Back in the day when hip-hop used to come on the radio twice a week if you was lucky. No hip-hop on mainstream TV. And if you was lucky enough to have Sky, MTV Raps used to come on once a week. It was in the mid-80s that I first heard EPMD's debut album, Strictly Business. Quite a mind-blowing experience for a young kid growing up in the streets of South London. Just first started getting into hip hop. With individual classic tracks such as I'm Housing, You Gots to Chill, Strictly Business, and it is when EPMD first introduced us to Jane. Strictly Business, the album, most definitely goes down as a classic 30 years later. Back when EPMD first came out, you had to be unique in order to make a mark. You couldn't come out sounding like the next guy or come out sounding like the next crew. You had to do your shit different, and EPMD were definitely unique. Everything from their super cool laid back rhyme style to their super cool swag, the super cool fisherman hats, all helped make EPMD a great alternative to a lot of the hip hop that was going on back in them days. Fast forward to the second album titled Unfinished Business. In my humble opinion, a continuation of the EPMD brand. Dope beats, dope rhymes, super cool swag, as well as containing classic cuts like So What You Saying, The Big Payback. And don't forget, on Unfinished Business, we got introduced to the one and only K Solo. Business as Usual, the name of their third album and their first on Def Jam. The third, and another dope album by the duo from Long Island, a memorable album containing a small piece of hip hop history. Memorable not only because of bangers like Gold Digger, I'm Mad, and Rampage featuring the one and only, the hip hop legend LL Cool J, but it was when the world was first introduced to a rapper called Reggie Noble, better known as Redman, featuring on a track ironically called Hardcore. By the time their fourth album dropped, titled Business Never Personal, EPMD had introduced us to Das Effects, they had formed the hit squad, and they practically put the game in a chokehold. Business Never Personal, the group's fourth album and fourth consecutive banger. Another album containing tracks that go down as hip-hop classics and that go down as some of my own personal favourite EPMD tracks. Whilst being the last album before the group's first unfortunate breakup, it was the first album to feature the entire hit squad as a collective. It's so ironic, but typical, it was when EPMD and the hit squad were at the peak of their powers was when it all collapsed, causing the group and the crew to split after an alleged dispute over finance. And although the group did eventually get back together and still make some dope hip hop, for me, their first four albums still remain their best body of work as a group to date. The 4-album run from Strictly Business to Business Never Personal is a body of work that not only introduced us to legends like K-Solo, Das Effects and Redman, but also cemented EPMD's status as hip-hop legends. So people, over to you. What's your favourite EPMD album? What's your favourite EPMD track? Answer in the comments below.
Standing right here at 1520 Cedric Avenue in the Bronx. That's right, the birthplace of hip hop. And I go by the name Daze The Nomad. What's good, people? Welcome to the One Stop Hip Hop Show. And I'm your host, Daze The Nomad. On this episode's edition of my segment, Politics in Hip Hop, I'll be covering old school hip hop, dealing with the pros and cons when it comes to the music industry and what artists had to go through to make a name for themselves. However, today, I'll be talking about the variety of artists and styles that took the world by storm in the early 80s all the way up into the mid 90s. One example was conscious rap, spitting strong and deep thought messages like the group Public Enemy that used their platform to voice their political views with songs like Fight the Power. This song right here used to give me chills with its profound lyrics. Also, the song was on Do the Right Thing movie soundtrack, directed by Spike Lee. Fight the Power to me was more than just a song, but an anthem for black awareness in our community dealing with police brutality and racism. Now, the second example of different styles in hip-hop was gangster rap, with the group called NWA, who pushed the envelope with its controversial lyrics. NWA recorded a hit song called Fuck the Police, an anti-police anthem, no different than what's going on today with the Black Lives Matter movement dealing with the killing of unarmed civilians by the cops. The group faced heavy criticism even by Congress, who denounced the song. This definitely put NWA on the map and made them a household name. Overall, originality was the main ingredients when it came to the hip-hop culture back in the day. The word biting meant you mimic other rappers and stole their identity, and that was a no-no.
Back in the days, you couldn't do that. That was called biting. If I took your shit and put it on my shit, that's biting.
What the fuck is nuts?
Hip-hop has developed into many vibrant styles over the years, like backpack rap being one of them. If you was a backpacker, then most likely you loved lyrics that told a story, that were thought-provoking. You had artists like Mos Def, Talib Kweli, that were underground or conscious rappers. Many fans will call this real hip-hop. Boom bap was another style from the East Coast that represented the sounds used for the heavy kick drum, snare drum, and hi-hat. Producers like DJ Premier, Marley Marl, and Scott LaRock will perfect this type of sound for the masses. Also, I can't forget that KRS-One popularized boom bap with his first album called Return of the Boom Bap, released in '94 on Jive Records. Now people, back to you. Can you name your favorite old school hip hop artist and the style of music that had your body dancing? Please like and comment below. But first subscribe to our channel so you can be notified each time a new video is uploaded. Peace.
Yeah, what's good? This is Daze The Nomad. Welcome to Digging in the Crates with my dog DJ Sherlock Omz. On this segment, we'll be taking a 90-second challenge to tell you about his favorite hip-hop albums and hip-hop songs. But he gotta do it in a 90-second time frame. So are y'all ready to go?
3, 2, 1, go!
Wu-Tang Forever goes down as one of my favourite all-time hip-hop albums, not only for its dope production and dope lyrical content, but also for its unique listening experience you get with the first few times you're listening to the album. You gotta imagine you got a 9-man collective plus affiliates coming together at the peak of their powers to make this dope album. You listen to the album, double CD or quadruple vinyl, you're hearing these dope hardcore beats produced by the RZA, one of the dopest hip hop producers of all time. You don't even know who's gonna open up. Then all of a sudden you got someone like the GZA opening up. Then in comes Raekwon, then in comes Method Man. Then you got the next track, RZA opens up, Method Man comes back. Then ODB appears from nowhere, Inspector Deck comes in. Then you got other tracks, they ain't even got no chorus or no conventional structure. You just got man coming in and out, one man doing the 8, and next man doing the 16, someone like the GZA doing a 4. Then in comes Street Life from nowhere and rounds off the track, and you're like, damn. And yeah, for its unique listening experience, Wu-Tang Forever goes down as one of my favorite all-time hip-hop albums. Peace.
Yeah, what's good? This is Daze The Nomad. Welcome to the One Stop Hip Hop Show. And on this episode edition of my segment, Where Are They Now?, I'll be talking about old school rappers and what they've been up to. So let's get into it. Do y'all remember FREDRO STARR from the platinum group Onyx, straight out of South Jamaica, Queens? Well, if you didn't know, he was able to branch out and showcase his other talents. He's not only just a rapper, but he's also an author who writes children's books. He's a producer, and he created his own record label. And he's an actor, who was best known for his role Q on Moesha, starring R&B sensation Brandy.
Look, shorty, I've been thinking.
Did it hurt?
FREDRO Starr's real name is Fred Lee Scruggs Jr., who was born in New York City. In the beginning of his career, he was a breakdancer and a solo artist who went by the name True FREDRO. He was a dope barber who had clients like Rakim, Cool G Rap, and others. In the beginning of his music career, FREDRO was signed to Jam Master Jay as one of the members of the group Onyx, and was able to land a deal with powerhouse Def Jam. Throughout the years, FREDRO kept busy by having a family, a wife, and 2 children. He wrote children's books and formed his own label called Mad Money Movement. Currently, FREDRO Starr is releasing music on his label, Mad Money Movement, as a solo artist. If you're a FREDRO Starr fan, then tell me one of your favorite Onyx songs in the comments below. But first, like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.